At least 6 people are now confirmed dead after multiple tornadoes tore through the South and the Midwest. The danger, though, is far from over. These severe storms, they're still on the move, with more than 30 million Americans at risk today. In fact, you're looking at the aftermath in Lake City, Arkansas, where a massive tornado touched down there. It was all caught on camera. In fact, look at this monster twister. We're told that it lifted debris 30,000 feet into the air. So we're keeping a close eye on the severe weather threat today, which stretches all the way from Texas to Pennsylvania. Luckily, we have NBC News correspondent George Solis, who's live for us right now in hard-hit Ballard County, Kentucky. George, just first off, lay the scene for us. What's the situation like? How are people preparing? What are they saying to you?
Hey, Morgan. So we're basically gearing up for round 2 of this 1-2 punch. As you saw there with that imagery there, those tornadoes that move through this region, leaving behind a path of destruction. Here in western Kentucky, we saw at least 2 churches that were struck by apparent tornadoes. The National Weather Service is going to have its hands full for the next several days as they survey all of the damage. We can report, fortunately, there were no fatalities, at least none reported yet here. However, we do know of at least 1 critical injury, apparently an 8-year-old child whose family sought shelter underneath a church carport when this storm hit. And so right now we are awaiting an update. Outside of that, as I mentioned, the next wave of this, outside of these damaging tornadoes, are the floods that are expected with this rain that is going to be coming in the next several days. Now, here where we are in Kentucky, we are starting to see some of those rain bands and cells start to pick up. There's a bit of a reprieve at the moment, but one of the big concerns, including what you saw here at the shot when we started, is the Ohio River. And so there is a flood wall in the downtown Paducah area that should help with any of those waters from actually perforating into the downtown area. But historically speaking, they have seen some pretty significant flooding in this area. So Governor Andy Beshear actually spoke a little bit ago, just reminding residents to be vigilant, to stay away from that rising water, and that because this is going to be a prolonged multiple-day event, he is warning residents to not let their guards down right now because they are expecting some flash flooding in some of this area. And again, when you talk about just these twisters, we're not totally out of the woods yet. So, of course, everyone is being asked to keep their guard up and, of course, have a plan in place. Morgan?
Our thanks to George Solis there on the ground in Kentucky for us. George, we appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.